Good morning. It is another beautiful late summer morning. And I did a video a couple weeks ago where I was really nervous about what was going to happen as September 9th arrived. September 9th is the day that the court has continued as postponed everybody's law day. So if you're in foreclosure and you're at the end of the road of your foreclosure, the court sets a thing called a law day. Sometimes there's a foreclosure auction, but what I'm talking about is I'd say 3/4 of the cases where there's no equity in the home, and that means the court sets a law day. And that law day is sort of a drop-dead deadline to solve your foreclosure, or you lose your house, or the next day you just don't own your house anymore. You don't have to move out. They're not banging on your door the next day. It doesn't feel like anything. You don't have to go to court. But the problem is, a law day is it. It's the point of no return. So with courts closed, people have not been able to talk to a judge, argue their case, explain their situation. Now, if they have a lawyer, I've about a dozen people right now who have law days set for September 9th. And luckily, we were talking to the court, the bank's attorneys, and in a lot of cases, they agree that we can get extra time. They're okay with us asking for an extension on that law day. And a lot of those have been postponed into January. And that's people who have lawyers, have been doing that for them. But there's hundreds and hundreds of people who had law days set for September 9th. And they don't have a lawyer. It's very unusual, actually, for homeowners to get an attorney in a foreclosure. They need one. And this is a perfect example, because this day is going to come and go, and now the courts are not postponing it again. The courts are not open. People cannot walk in and argue their case. And I think a lot of people are going to walk in, or try to walk in on September 9th, thinking it's a court date for them, when it is not, and say, hey, I want to talk to a judge, I want to file a motion, and they're not going to be able to actually physically walk in the building, and they're not going to know what to do. And September 9th is going to come and go, and they will lose title to their home. So the next few months are going to be interesting, because I think that is a violation of their due process rights to be heard. An opportunity to be heard is part of due process under our Constitution, and before having your property taken away. So that's what's going on right now. I'm a little stressed out about what's going to happen on September 9th. I don't know what's going to happen after September 9th. Am I going to get hundreds of calls, dozens of calls from homeowners saying, hey, why am I getting this notice that I have to leave my house? Why am I getting this notice that I don't own my house anymore? That doesn't seem right. I was waiting for my court date. And there never was a court date. So the courts here in Connecticut have figured out how to open up for criminal matters. They've figured out how to give access to parties in juvenile matters, in family law matters. But they have not figured out how to open up the court for foreclosure matters. They have not done anything. And motions that we need to file to extend your law day are what's called arguable as of right. You have the right to have a motion that you filed to change your law day, to postpone your law day. You have the right to argue that motion. And the courts just have not figured out how to open up foreclosures to do that yet. So I think we're going to see a major problem. I think it's a major due process problem. I don't know what kind of calls I'm going to get in the next few weeks. I don't know how I'm going to help people, because typically a law day is the point of no return, as I said a minute ago, where once that day passes, and then the bank is just going to dig in and say, sorry, and so we don't want that to happen. If you know anybody, or if you yourself have a question about foreclosure, if you're at any stage of foreclosure right now, contact me, let me know, and we will try to stop that process for you. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks.